Hello, how you doing, my brother? I hope you're doing well as always. Welcome to another Q&A Wednesday with little old me. And for those of you, this is your first one seeing people sending their questions, either if they're lazy in the comment section below, or head over to my Facebook page and typing away and liking that Facebook page as well. That'd be great. Alright, let's crack on with it. So, thank you all for your questions. Like I was saying in a previous video, getting quite a lot of coming in now of these questions, so it means you guys are liking it, which makes me happy, which makes you happy, so then we can all be happy. So the Mac is here, and the first question here is from Ducky Shed, and he's put, "Hey Mike, I'm not sure if you answered a question like this before, but how did you stay motivated in your early days of playing the guitar? As somebody that's on the line between being a novice and intermediate, I often get frustrated learning certain things or think that everything I play is garbage. It's in moments like these where I question if I'm even making progress and think about quitting. I'm not sure if you've ever felt like this, but any response in regards to motivation or self-doubt would be appreciated." Amazing question, buddy, and I'm pretty sure every single person watching this and myself reading this can relate to this question. So yes, staying motivated is especially when you're, like you said, that beginner stage, starting to go to intermediate, and you're like, why am I not seeing any progress on the guitar? It can be hard. It can be hard. First of all, do not quit. Keep at it, because the guitar's a strange thing. You can be playing and playing and playing and you don't see a difference. You're like, I still sound the same as I did 6 months ago or something like that. And all of a sudden, one morning you'll wake up, pick up the guitar and be like, oh, hang on a minute. where did that come from? And those are the nice kind of gems you get from playing the guitar, And then when it comes to writing a song or something like that, your brain and that kind of musical brain inside your head will just kind of send you in a different direction. That's what I found. You just start hearing different ideas than just a power chord, for example. Now I'm coming up 20 years of playing the guitar. I still get frustrated nearly every single day because there's stuff I can't play. I can hear it, but sometimes my technique, my picking hand doesn't do what I want it to do. Sometimes my picking hand's on it, sometimes it's far from on it, and I'll keep working at it until, the end of time for me anyway, and I'm probably never going to master it. And you see people who are like, I remember seeing this, I think she was Japanese or Chinese, apologies, but like an 8-year-old girl playing some Paul Gilbert stuff, and just her picking hand was ridiculous. And you're like, what? I've been playing double her life. You know what I mean? But it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things, Legato came really easy to me. Doing, sorry, my amp's not even on. There was a doddle for me doing all that stuff. It was easy, it came really, really easy to do that kind of stuff for me. And I remember being at ACM and a guy next to me saying, I think I was doing, where's a plectrum? I was doing this kind of, that kind of stuff. I can't remember exactly what I was doing. Just kind of hammer-ons and muted stuff. It's just like it was a warm-up, And he's like, oh, don't you go out? I was like, what? He goes, you must practice for ages to do that. I was like, no, not at all. Far from it. For picking, yeah, I practice a lot of that. And, legato, I work on stuff, but it came quite easy to me. I think being left-handed might help, I don't know. But yeah, I'm always getting frustrated. So, and if I am, I'm sure our guitar heroes get frustrated as well, It's just, you just got to think, okay, what am I good at? And then work for those strengths. B.B. King, just play one note, he sounds amazing. You know what I mean? So sometimes the less is more thing. But do not quit, just keep at it, but don't tire yourself out. And what I mean by that, if you're struggling with something, just take a break from it, just strum some songs, you know what I mean? Have a little sing song. And because at the end of the day, this isn't meant to be a chore, it's meant to be fun. You know, so don't think it's like a Hail Mary, I must do, you know, 200 reps on this. Or it's not like that. It's meant to be having fun with it. That's why we picked it up in the first place, not for added pressure, so to speak. So yeah, it takes a lot of work, but have fun with it. And if you're working on a piece or something, just take a break from it, you know, and just play some Bob Dylan songs or whatever you're into, you know what I mean? So, but no, Ducky, I feel you, my friend, really, and I'm sure we all, let's all send to, everyone write hug to Ducky, hashtag hug Ducky in the comment section below. Right, the next question is from the lovely Paul Arms. Hello buddy, hope you're doing well. Henny's wrote, hi Mike, really enjoy your videos. With my odd work schedule, they make for great entertainment on my off days. That's fantastic to hear. Anyway, I've got my first true valve amp, good man. An Eggenator Tweaker 15 watt head with the 1x12 cab. I had some pedals for my last go around with the guitar, but this is the first time with an effects loop on the amp. The effects I have are Hall of Fame Reverb, Soul Food Dry Pedal, the Electro Harmonix Big Muff, Mini Crybaby, as well as the good old volume pedal. My question is it best to send all my effects through the effects loop, or would I just want to send the reverb through the loop and the drive through the front? Or is it just a matter of what sounds good to you? It's always a matter of what sounds good to you, of course. Personally, the reverb I would put through the effects loop. I found, especially if you're using, say, the overdrive of the amp, it can get a bit mushy. Putting the reverb through the loop just kind of cleans it up a little bit. And the same if you've got a delay as well. Personally, I put a delay through the effects loop. I've got some pals of mine who put everything front of line, you know, they put everything through the front of the amp and they're happy with that. With a delay pedal, for me, for a front, it just gets messy and I can control it so much better through the effects loop. So yeah, the distortion and the big muff in front of the amp, and of course the wah-wah as well. If you can, put the wah-wah first. With the volume pedal, I've never owned a volume pedal actually, so that is a good question. I think in front would be fine. I'll do a bit of research on that one because I've never had a volume pedal. I keep meaning to get one though, to be honest with you, just so I can do more pedal steel licks and stuff. But yeah, but the reverb definitely put through the loop, definitely. But everything else put straight through, especially the Soul Food and the Big Muff. It would just sound so much better. So hopefully that helped, Paul. Take care, mate. The next question is from Andre Toystoff. Hi Mike, my question, is there anything you can advise self-taught players when they reach some kind of wall in their playing? I play my guitar as hard as I can, trying to improve speed and accuracy, but can't see any progress and my arms feel locked. I couldn't watch all your videos, so maybe you've answered this one before. If so, could you tell me the name of each video? Okay. If you feel locked and if it's starting to hurt, stop. I know that term, no pain, no gain, but yeah, no pain, no tendons, so to speak, you know. So if you feel you're stiffening up when you're playing, you want to just relax, man. So with the right hand, for example, you want to, ideally from the wrist. Now, when I go, if I'm picking really, really quick, no, I'm going to have more arm coming a little bit properly, you know, because I'm not as good as I'd like to be with my picking hand, like I was just talking about earlier. But yeah, just try and be as relaxed as possible. So if I pick, no, I'm really relaxed there. You know, I'm not struggling. Now if I did that, that's a difference there. That was the elbow. That was uncomfortable, you know, and if you're doing that for a long set of time, it sounds horrible, but that sounds better. Alright, so yeah, don't lock up, man, that's not good. And like I was mentioning earlier, if you hit that wall, you know, just take a break from what you're doing, you know, don't beat yourself up with you know, again I'm repeating myself, but have fun with it, and then go back to it. You know, if you're working on a picking exercise you want to do, just do it slowly, don't try and force it. Playing quick will just come naturally. If you can get it down slowly, just sit on that sit on a groove, you know. So if it's a just sit on that for like 10 minutes. You know, it could be unplugged, you know. I was like, while you're watching TV or something like that, you know, talking to your boyfriend, girlfriend, mum, dad, auntie, uncle, dog, cat, whatever, you know, watching a YouTube video while you're watching this right now. Alright, so get your guitar. I'm just going, well, here I'm on 8, 9, 11, and then 8 on the 3rd string. And back down again. It's a Paul Gilbert idea, but get your guitar right now. Don't plug into the amp, and just pick at a nice comfortable speed. Just keep doing this for this whole video. And then rewind and watch video again and do it again. Alright, at a nice comfortable speed. Don't you start getting that, just slow down. Just be relaxed, you know. And then you're just kind of getting that wrist working without trying to beat it to death. But have fun. Don't beat yourself up about it, buddy. Right, a really good question here from Alfie Flattop. What a fantastic name. Mike, I needed some advice. Is being a session musician easy to live off? I'm studying at college and want to know if I'll be able to make a decent living doing it. That is a fantastic question, Alfie. Is being a session musician easy to live off? Depends on how much work you want to put in, buddy. So I have been self-employed coming up 12 years. The only jobs I've ever had is a paper round when I was 12. I used to work markets with my dad when I was at school, when I was like 14, and then from the age of 15 to 20, 15, nearly 16 to 20, what was I, 19, can't remember now, but I worked in Waitrose, a supermarket. Now when I was at Waitrose, when I was 17, I started teaching guitar. And then built up enough pupils that way, so then I could quit my job and then teach and then do sessions and stuff like that. So if you want to be a session musician in this day and age, you need multiple resources of income, because when one dries up, you've still got money coming in. The hard way, what I did was I just relied for a long time on 1 or 2 resources, which are hard sometimes. I for a long time relied just on teaching, and then I would rely on gigs and session stuff. And then sessions can't always come in, you know what I mean? So then I would rely on teaching. Then it gets to summer holidays, people go on holiday and things like that, and in August I was earning no money. So then I had no teacher come in, summertime there's not as many gigs coming in, and then you're poor, alright? So you want to have as many different resources, which I learned that the hard way, now I can advise, you know. So having money coming from, you know, you want to teach guitar, you know, you kind of need to do that really, to an extent. So teaching, and then you've got sessions coming in from, be it TV work, be it, you know, recording studio stuff and things like that, which is always fun. And then you kind of, you know, gigs and things like that. So if you're doing original gigs, try and get a bit of money from there. Functions and corporate gigs, you get money that way. For me as well, online, so I get, you know, a little bit money now from online stuff, and I sell videos on my website, you know, teaching videos and things like that. A little bit of AdSense money from YouTube and things like that, you know. And then people get to know me and want to have lessons this way, or some people have asked me to record on some of their tracks they want to do, so that's, no, that goes back into the session thing. So yeah, so I've got a stream of different kind of incomes coming in, so when one kind of dries up a little bit, I've got that coming in that way. So you know, the days of, no, it's still out there, it's just hard to get, you know, of, you know, the 70s and 80s, like with Steve Lukather and your Larry Cartons and Michael Landau's and things like that, who were, you know, doing sessions 6 days a week, from everyone from, you know, Cher to Michael Jackson to Diana Ross to, I'm trying to think of 80s bands and 70s bands, Steely Dan and things like that, you know. Now a lot of it, you know, you've got producers who are very good guitar players themselves, and they do most of the guitar work or bass or something like that. But it is out there, it's just knowing the right people. But yeah, I've learned from my mistakes over the last, you know, 12 years of how to make a living, and and I'm building it as much as I can at the moment and continue to, you know. So yeah, it's entrepreneurial basically. Just think of yourself, you're self-employed, you know. I've been self-employed all these years, so I am a business, you know. So you want to think of yourself as a business, and yeah, just keep grafting away. And regarding gigs, try not to say no. I've said no a couple of times over the last 12 years to gigs or things that have come up, because, and I would say yes at first, and they're like, oh, why have I done this? You know, I remember being like 22 and I was like, what the hell have I agreed to do? And I just kind of just didn't do it. I wouldn't do that now, you know. Some stuff, I'd one little while ago, literally a couple of weeks ago, I had to do first gig I'd done in a long time where I was reading while playing, and the whole time I was like, why the hell did I agree to do this? There was so much work to put in, and I couldn't remember everything, so that's why I had to rely on reading it on the gig. It was quite a lot of people doing it too as well. It was probably about a couple thousand people there. But I'm really glad I did it, you know, and it was an experience. Now I know if something like that comes, I can handle it. Yeah, try not to say no and be a nice person. Right, last question for today is from Adius Velitanlik. Hopefully I pronounced that right, mate. He's put, hey, I'm going to buy a guitar soon after selling my computer. And he's after a Fender Mexican. And I just wanted to ask, what is the best way to try out a guitar? What are the most important things to think about, just so I know? And he's put on the end there is a Strat he's after, so a Mech Strat. So personally, the most important thing you want to know, the neck feel. Does it feel nice when you pick it up and you're holding it around that neck? You know, if the frets, especially on a Mexican, I would try and pay a little bit more and go for a Japanese Strat. If you can't quite push the boat out for American. There are some good Mexicans I played, but a lot of them I played, the frets have been quite sharp at the end. So try and, if you can, go for a Jap one, they're great. My mate just ordered Teddy Custom actually. So yeah, things you want to look for, nice feeling neck. Does it feel good in your hands? Or hand in this case, your left hand, you know. So is it a chunky neck, is it a thin neck? Is it a wide, big neck, you know, whatever, you know. So see if it's comfortable there. Is it sharp on the frets? If it is, try and find another guitar. Bend some strings, you know, do some bending. Play an E chord, is it still in tune? You know, does it hold its tuning well? Chances are if it's in a shop, the strings need stretching out anyway for it to stay in tune properly. And then, does it speak to you? You know, when you kind of do the E chord test, what's what I do? Just play an E chord. Does that, sorry, this is slightly out of tune, sorry, but, you know, does that, oh, I like that, you know. I like the guitar, don't like the fact it's a bit out of tune, but you go with it. Sounds a bit better there. But yeah, you know, does it speak to you, you know. So I've had guitars where I'm like, oh, I've got to have this, you know, and you get that kind of feeling. So try out, like, don't just try out one guitar and think, oh yeah, I like this. Try out a few, try out a few. Don't go what looks the prettiest or anything like that, you know. Try a blue one, a sunburst, a red, a green, a yellow, whatever, you know. And if it speaks to you, get it. That's what I would say. But yeah, very much the neck. Make sure there's no clicking when you're changing pickup, so volume's up. You know, try not to have any kind of as you're changing. Now, does the tone knob work? You want to be able to hear. Put the clean channel on. Some different tones there, you know. So yeah, that's what I would say, mate. But yeah, you've got your hand in the neck all the time. It's so important to have a nice feeling neck. Really hope you enjoyed these answers to all your questions, and everyone else who, you probably know, most of the time you probably thought of these questions yourself, and someone's like, oh, I don't want to send a question in or ask someone that, but oh, I was thinking that. You know what I mean? So but yeah, if you have a question, don't be shy, send it to my Facebook page, and while you're over there, give it a good old like as well. And I've got Instagram as well, which I seem to be posting more and more on lately, and Twitter, but I don't really go on it much. But Facebook and Instagram are my main social media outlets. Anyway, hope you're really, really well, and I will see you very, very soon. Mike Bradley, Sign out.